Hey guys, it's me Chandra again, and today we will talk about Wuthering Wave since as I recorded this video, the game will almost launch very soon, and we will talk this time is Wuthering Wave is actually free-to-play friendly games, because we know, right, gacha, and usually free-to-play people will talk like is it actually really free-to-play or is it actually pay to win, something like that. So let's get started. In very short answer, if you don't want to watch the whole video, the answer is that questionable, meaning like we still don't know yet, and I will explain why. Because if we talk about long term, let's say like 1 year later, actually we still don't know. The reason is that because we don't know how these Wuthering Waves will manage their games, right? The developer itself, like with the pattern of how they will release the update. Because usually game that just released, we don't know yet what is the pattern of the next character will looks like, how fast the meta will change or will getting power creep, what kind of content out they will provide, how many gems that we will get every single patch, something like that. It will determine a lot, and for the first release update like that, we cannot really get any single picture because we don't even get any update. So at least in order we can see the pattern itself, usually it's around 3 to 6 months, usually a good time whether this game free to play or not. So in there you should already know, oh, this Wuthering Wave usually will have this type of like kind of release. They tend to release this character like this type, and so yeah, it will give you more picture. And oh yeah, every single patch we will get around this like gem, something like that. So yeah, that will help us to know more. But for right now, we actually still don't know. Maybe some of you ask, but how about just like we go the track record of Kuro game itself from PGR? And I can say again, that's not really a good also comparison for you to do. I will give you example, Hoyo first. Both of them have games right now, very trending, right? Genshin Impact, Honkai Star Rail. Do you think both of them do the same approach? No. People will say Genshin is a lot more stingy in terms of reward, right? And Honkai Star Rail is more generous, which is actually true. But if you think again, in terms of power creep, which one is faster? Honkai Star Rail. Genshin Impact is a lot slower. If you ask my personal opinion, which one is more free-to-play friendly? Genshin is a lot more free-to-play friendly. Because it's not really demanding you so much like character that you have to pull, because even they release newer character, it's rarely to be power creep, mostly Archon. But for Honkai Star Rail, the newer character tend to be good. Almost all my review, I say this character is good. Almost I didn't say it's bad, because they literally release a character that almost good, but Genshin is not the case. So even if you want to compare the same company, it will not really that works. But if you insist to know how the other Kuro games, which is PGR, like update the environment, they usually very free to play friendly. But I can say it will not probably works in Wuthering Wave because their debut character is 100%. In Wuwa it's already 50-50, so that's already very different. That's why I say it cannot work. And in PGR, they literally not always release like 5-star character every single patch, which is I don't think they will do that in Wuthering Wave because they will lose a lot of money, because in PGR they sacrifice a lot. They will release like 5-star, after that rest literally only 4-star you can get for free, so you basically don't need to pull on the next update, and after that 5-star again. They call S rank, so S ranks and A ranks, so they give that like that, they give player opportunity to save your gem so you can pull every single character in that game. That's why in that game the meta shift is very fast, the character very easily to get power creep, because it's very makes sense, because they basically give you opportunity to get every single character, so it's fine if they want to make power creep. And that's why I say again, probably they will not do that in Wuthering Wave, because they already have 50-50 system for the character itself. I don't think it's possible for them to follow the same like PGR. That's why I say again, even you want to compare with another Kuro game, it's not really a good also comparison, because I believe they also have different dev team. They will not just copy 100% the same system, they will do their own thing. But that was I talk about long term, right? 1 year after, that's still very long. But how about we just talk about now? 1.0 or initial release, or even like 1.1 update, something like that, the short term. For the short term, I confidently say yes, it's free to play friendly. Why? There's a couple of reasons. First, I surprised not so much people really bring up about dungeon, because a lot of people already talk about dungeon in CBT2, but when I check like my timeline in Twitter, not so much people bringing about dungeon. But I can tell you, dungeon is actually very strong character, even she is only 4-star. She is very easy to use and she deal a lot of damage. She basically also easy to parry, very, we can say, good to even like newcomer or like beginner, because her move is easy for you to master. And being also 4-star does actually makes more accessible, right? So once you get her, basically you already can make one a very solid team until endgame. You already can see people post dungeon can clear until like very high level the end of hologram, even you don't have like max level yet. That's actually how strong dungeon is. Even some people say OP broken. I'm not really sure about that because I only not really build that very well dungeon, but I can say yeah, she's already in a stronger side. But of course take notes that this is the one in CBT2. We don't know how but when she released, but so far I never heard any like about rumor or even leaks that she getting nerfed, but who knows, right? Sudden change, so also take notes in that. But so far right now she is actually still in very strong side, and that's actually a very good thing. So at least for the initial release or 1.1, you can still have a very solid character that you can rely, that you can just carry until the end, and it's not really demand you to pull because force are usually easier to get. And I think that's also I want to add up is that the exploration itself and overall content that they provide, it's not really like demand you to have a very crazy damage. So meaning if you have a very bad damage too, like free to play, you can still pretty much finish everything. The one that they only give you very competitive, mostly on the end game stuff, that high difficult challenge. And even then the gems, yeah, they still give you quite decent amount, but that's not, we can say, the majorities, because most of them for sure will get from overworld event. And the event last time that they show in CBT2, most of them is just feels the vibe of like mini games from Genshin Impact or like PGR, the one that usually you can just pretty much clear very easily without even have to paying. So you should not even worry of that. So majority of the content you can still clear. So yeah, in very short, I will show before, it's still questionable. For the short term, yes, it's free to play friendly, absolutely, but for the long term, we still don't know, because we don't know what will Kuro Games will give the direction of Wuthering Wave itself, so we still need to see. But in the end, for my advice, don't care much about future, just focus about now. This game is about to release, and in the end this game is free, so you can just download and just play without have to pay. So it's not really you lose anything, probably only time. So you can just play the games first, especially if you're really interested in this game. Just play first and see how the direction of the game. If you feel you don't like the direction, then just drop it. Like how I play Tower Fantasy, right? I just tried to play, and then until come to the point I feel like nah, it's just not for me. I just drop it. I didn't lose anything. It's pretty much like it's just free. So yeah, my Twitch, just try the game. It's free. So pretty much that's it. If you like this video, feel free to hit the button and like, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.